Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere must be turning in his grave and wondering all the teachings, all the philosophy that I left behind with my people, they have amounted to nothing. How can a president leave her house or his house? On the way to State House, you walk on bodies of fellow countrymen. So when you give a woman some position and they misbehave, they must know they are doing great disservice to women folk. Because you see, the truth that Samia Hassan must know is that we are dealing with age-old biases, years of patriarchal arrangement, years of stereotypes and traditional beliefs and cultural beliefs against women leadership. You don't fight that by doing what Samia Hassan has done. I'm trying very hard to understand what Samia was doing. I can't. I've tried. I can't believe. I can't understand. It's difficult for me to understand. Tanzania is a poor, backwards country. What is being president of Tanzania? She's going to be there for 5 years and she will leave if she finishes. She has done great disservice to CCM. This marks the death of CCM. And watch out. That's why Nyerere must be turning in his grave. CCM is gone. The next president of Tanzania will not be from CCM.
Good to have you on the show. Welcome on board. I'm Richard Mwenje. Prof is here with me, looking all colorful. Prof, good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You're fantastic?
Wonderful.
All right. You love having conversations around democracy, fairness, even when it comes to electoral processes. How about we discuss the happenings in Tanzania? Of course, Samia Suluhu has been declared the president-elect of Tanzania. But then again, we've seen a litany of unrest, even building up to the final election results. Death tolls has been reported, Prof. And you'll see just the chaos that were in the streets in the entire of Tanzania. But then again, Prof, let's narrow it down to maybe the ideals of Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, we can say the founding father of Tanzania. Do you think the happenings in Tanzania's concluded general election somewhat has mocked the ideals Nyerere fought for in the first place?
Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere must be turning in his grave and wondering all the teachings, all the philosophy that I left behind with my people, they have amounted to nothing. How can a president leave her house or his house? On the way to State House, you walk on bodies of fellow countrymen. How is it? How can you, instead of a carpet, you walk on dead bodies to State House? How can you be at peace with yourself? How can Mwalimu Nyerere be at peace? How can he rest in peace? How much would one want power, not to mind the number of people who are dying for them to get power? It must be very disturbing to Nyerere. The spirit of Nyerere cannot rest.
Spirit of Mwalimu?
It is painful.
Cannot rest.
No.
Okay, Prof, let's advance this conversation. And now, yes, Suluhu has been declared the president-elect. But then again, let's look at the place of the African woman when it comes to ascending to the highest office in the land, that is the presidential seat. There are people like in Kenya who've harbored such ambitions, case in point, Mother Karua. But if the happenings in Tanzania are anything to go by, do you think Samia has made it difficult for any other African woman who would want to ascend to such heights, going by the events in Tanzania?
It's about blood. You know, it's unfortunate for women because much is demanded of them, much more than is demanded of men.
True.
And every time a woman ascends to high office, even in the corporate world, they have a lot more to prove than men.
True. You're right.
Not necessarily to live to the adage that what a man does, a woman can do better. But it is true that a lot more is expected of women when they get these positions. It is equally true that when women and young people are given positions, there's a lot more focus on them. And misstep from a young man in parliament, a young woman in parliament, can easily affect people's perception of youth and leadership.
Really?
So when you give a woman some position and they misbehave, they must know they are doing great disservice to women folk. Because you see, the truth that Samia Hassan must know is that we are dealing with age-old biases, years of patriarchal arrangement, years of stereotypes and traditional beliefs and cultural beliefs against women leadership. You don't fight that by doing what Samia Hassan has done. Because there are many people who believe a woman can lead. And you can't blame them. It is cultural upbringing, traditional beliefs, the normal stereotypes, lack of education. And the men and women held captive by these primitive considerations are the voters. They are the real voters in any society.
And they are gullible?
Not just in Africa. The men in dealing with the stock exchange, stock market in New York, wouldn't know that an election in America is taking place. So the men and women who actually vote are the men and women who are held captive by these primitive considerations. And therefore, once a woman gets power, he must help fellow women to break these stereotypes. And there have been women. Indira Gandhi was there. Golda Meir in Israel was there. We have had women in Pakistan. Bhuttos. You know, we have had women elsewhere in leadership. The most powerful today is one, I think, is from Barbados or somewhere. When she talks at the UN, people keep quiet. So we need women who will help break those stereotypes, those cultural enslavements, traditional beliefs, primitive considerations, primordial,
thinking and all.
Yeah. So we need, whenever a woman is in power, she must know she's carrying history. She has a burden for fellow women and for society's advancement. History is beckoning anytime you are sent to an office like that one, Samia Hassan. You don't walk backwards. You walk forward. You break walls.
Break the ceilings.
Yes. That's why Hillary Clinton, there was a ceiling, physical ceiling that was going to be broken. So I cannot understand what... I'm trying very hard to understand what Samia was doing. I can't. I have tried. I can't believe. I can't understand. It's difficult for me to understand. Tanzania is a poor, backwards country. What is being president of Tanzania? She's going to be there for 5 years and she will leave if she finishes.
Are you prophesying turbulent times for her
Of
head?
course.
It won't be a smooth sailing?
No, it will not. She may not even finish. And even if she finishes, it will not be a smooth sail. She will not enjoy her presidency. And let me tell you this. I was on Spaces yesterday. I was saying some guys were trying to look very intellectual, very clever, educated. We are reaching a place where these presidents, when they go outside their countries, they are going to face opposition outside.
So who comes to Kenya and we fight her back?
Yes. That's where the world is headed. I was on Spaces yesterday. The bus, I near the bar and the Benjindolo, people and politics. Comes on Sunday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sometimes, like yesterday, we go to midnight. I'm saying, across the world, citizens are speaking, and they are speaking loudly. People who lead their countries are people who listen to their citizens. America has toned down its aggression in matters of Middle East. How did the issue of Iran just die?
Yeah.
Why has there been silence in Israel and all those areas? America was told in no uncertain terms by its citizens, you are being an international bully. You will not use our taxes to promote aggression across the world. Israel is a bully. Israel is a butcher. You are not going to use our resources to support Israel. So he had to tone down. Look at the UK. Across the world, citizens are speaking loudly and are going to determine the discourse and the direction their countries take. Beyond that, I'm trying to say, international borders are disappearing faster than you can say the word disappear. All of us are today international citizens. These boundaries and borders are artificial. A girl in New York is a Kenyan. A boy in Nairobi is a Japanese in Tokyo. These boundaries and borders are becoming artificial. Citizens of the world are interacting courtesy of modern communication and the internet and everything else. And they are setting agendas across the world. The next phase for people like Samia Suluhu Hassan is they are going to find themselves confined to Tanzania. They will find it very difficult to walk out of Tanzania and go to another country. That's the next phase. The phase we are now in, citizens are speaking, and they're speaking loudly.
True.
Telling their governments, my friend, we put you there as prime minister, as president, but only do those things that promote the interest of our country and humanity at large.
Tanzania first.
So, the next phase is when you are an oppressor in some country like Tanzania, you go to another country and people just throw things at you. They even block you at the airport. They come where you had gone for a meeting and surround that place. You've seen citizens demonstrating over matters that are not theirs.
True.
Across the world. Have you seen that?
I've seen that.
People demonstrating about matters that are in Kenya.
Yeah.
And they are not Kenyans. Or the few Kenyans being joined by non-Kenyans to demonstrate against an issue in Kenya and the other parts of the world. That is the world I'm talking about. So whichever way you look at it, Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan is not going to enjoy her presidency.
Is that why then you've been so critical of women leaders even in Kenya, talking about people like Karen Nyamu and Sabina Chege? They should strive for higher ideals.
Yes. Much more is expected of them. It's unfair. It's unreasonable. But that's what it is. It is what it is. Once you are a woman, there's much more focus on you. And you must know you are doing it for your fellow women, for posterity, for your granddaughters. You are not doing it for yourself.
Or 2027 elections.
No. You are looking beyond 2027 election. You are looking at the unborn girl who will want to be a leader because she has what it takes. But she must surmount, she must go against the barriers, traditional, cultural, stereotype kind of things. You know? So you are trying to break that for that unborn girl.
In Marakwet.
Yeah, in Marakwet. The responsibility on you is just too much. You must carry that responsibility.
Is that where Crystal Asige comes into the picture?
People like those, they know they are talking for other people.
Nirima
So nobody can say, oh, if somebody is disabled, they can't work. They can't do this. Asige is proving that disability is not inability. You may not have eyesight, but your brain is intact. Your humanity is intact. If you have values, they are intact. Your brains can be seen through. So what Asiga is doing, she's not doing it for herself.
For the future Kenyan child.
She's doing for the other person who is disabled. The responsibility on her is much more than on a person who is not disabled. Karen Nyamu is a young person. You can be young, beautiful, but responsible. Doesn't mean when you are young and you are a woman and you are beautiful, you must, you know, it is.
You suspend your brains.
Yes, no. So I'm just saying what is there, and I'm not against anybody. I have a lot of respect for women. I have a lot of respect for Samia Suluhu Hassan. I was one of those people who really felt that the silent war to prevent her from ascending to power was the wrong thing. And when that did succeed, I was one of the people who were very happy that Tanzanians have allowed orderly transition from Magufuli to his deputy.
True.
You get it?
I get it.
So for that reason, I will be among those who will be very disappointed. Yeah.
But do you believe that even if Suluhu was to get that seat, it was hers for the taking? It didn't have to come with this bloodshed.
No. Nobody will beat her. Now, now that you have mentioned, it's good you have made me remember. She has done great disservice to women.
In what sense?
But we have said it.
Yeah.
That women,
True.
When you are a woman and you get to a position, you must be in that position knowing that focus is on you.
Yeah.
That people want you to show that women can't do it. So you have to show them women can do it.
Under tight screening.
Yes. The second thing, because you have said whether she would have won, she was going to win. And why? It was not easy to beat CCM. Contrary to what many people think.
Tundu Lissu.
No, CCM. The opposition in Tanzania and Uganda is qualitative, but not quantitative.
Interesting.
And is based in urban centers. So when you hear Bobby Wine and BCJ, they are just in Kampala and a few other places. But inside there, people just know that for their own security and survival, NRM and Museveni must be there. I'm telling you, in the villages, same with Tanzania, people know CCM.
Is their lifeline?
These other things are in Dar es Salaam.
Arusha. Dodoma.
Yeah. Moshi. They are not in the villages. So she was going to win. But now, she has done great disservice to CCM. This marks the death of CCM. And watch out. That's why Nyerere must be turning in his grave. CCM is gone. The next president of Tanzania will not be from CCM. Tundu Lissu must be smiling wherever he is in prison. They are going to take over power from Tanzania. They were not going to. Not in my lifetime. In your lifetime and their lifetime. They will have another 20, 30 years. So
in power.
TCM was going to be there for another, okay, maybe in my lifetime. Let me not be in a hurry to live like Uhuru Al-Sema is not in a hurry to live.
Yeah.
Let's not be in a hurry to live. There was going to be another election and another for CCM to face really challenge of losing power. Really, I know people are going to talk about Magufuli when he ran on another party. Yeah. But they must look at the dynamics and who Magufuli was and what was happening in CCM in terms of nomination, which they corrected quickly next time they gave him. But if CCM was just going to be orderly in the conduct of its democratic affairs, orderly in its nominations, it was going to be very difficult for CCM to be defeated in this election, the next election, and the other election.
Thereafter.
Maybe 10 years, it could begin to face really challenge. But now, Samia Suluhu Hassan is going to be the last president from CCM in Tanzania for some while. The opposition has to be given this thing. They show they can't, they mess, then CCM will come back. But Samia Suluhu Hassan is the last CCM president.
What a sad time for Mwalimu Nyerere and the ideals he fought for. There you have it, from Herman Manyora discussing democracy in Tanzania, democracy in Africa, and of course, also matters to do with global politics. We get to do this again tomorrow evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Give us your comments regarding this edition and the upcoming ones that you would like us to feature on the channel. While at it, also watch other editions with Jadiel, up with Evans Kenyi, and make sure you get subscribed to the channel.